This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan, and happy Friday the 13th.
It's Friday the 13th.
Yes, knock on wood.
Or for Micah.
What's supposed to happen? See, I don't know what's so superstitious about it.
Well, it comes from like a Norse god.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Knights of Templar.
Yeah.
Way
we'll
back
explain
then.
to you as we go along, and we'll tell you, we'll interweave
You're
the
gonna make
story
me
into
fearful,
the day.
aren't you?
Although,
No.
since you and I are both part Italian, 13 is a very lucky number in Italy.
is it?
So, yes, indeed. So there you go. You can choose which side you're on.
I'll
right.
go with the Italian side.
Dan Marino wore
Exactly.
Marino wore number 13. He's Italian.
There you go.
One of the greatest quarterbacks ever. See?
There you go.
See,
Alex
it's all how
Good
you
is
approach
on our
it.
side. There you go.
All how you approach it. Wish I had some salt to throw on
Yeah.
your shoulder, though. We have some pretty decent weather shaping up for you today. Looks like it's going to be nice. In fact, the weekend looks like it's going to be anything but unlucky. It's going to be gorgeous weather-wise. Daytime high today tops out again warm. We hit 88 degrees yesterday. Probably get pretty close to that again today with daytime highs warm, afternoon humidity high. Changes coming for the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Taking a look at Suncoast roadways. Hopefully it's good luck on the roadways today. And right now everything seems to be going well. Palmetto, the bridges coming in to Bradenton from Palmetto are looking good. 75, 301, and 41. There's a little bit of a blip on the screen at Cortez Road at the elbow there, but everything else seems to be going well. In Sarasota County, all is well except for University Parkway. There's a partially blocked lane at Conservatory Lane right there. Just west or just east of Lockwood Ridge Road. Everything else seems to be moving well, and well, let's hope it keeps up that way for the Friday the 13th.
Top of your news this morning, developer Harvey Vengroff is making progress with an affordable housing project, but this one is not in Sarasota.
ABC 7's Ray Collins has the story.
This is some of the land on US 41 near 301 in Bradenton that Harvey Vengroff wants to convert into affordable housing.
To the north of the existing building, Manatee County is allowing us to build about 150 two-bedroom apartments.
He says the planning board changed zoning to make it happen.
In Manatee County, we had no concessions at all. Everybody just wanted to do the right thing.
That may be Vengroff's not-so-subtle dig at the Sarasota City Commission that wanted to force Vengroff's privately funded workforce housing project to undergo annual government inspections. But after he walked out of the crowded meeting and revoked his plan, the city has now agreed to drop the apartment inspections.
We've come up with a creative solution to that. Mr. Vengroff has agreed to send the city his insurance inspections every year or every 6 months, which will feature or at least highlight the status and the condition of the properties.
But the city manager says the project is not a done deal yet.
The project, there's a long way to go. He still would have to go through rezoning and site plan. But I think we're all in better shape now as a result of having the conversations and hitting a little bump in the road. I think everybody is well-intentioned. This is a very unique project.
Vengroff's looking forward to Monday's meeting and says he's glad the city officials in Sarasota reached out to find a compromise.
But in Manatee County, it was just so much nicer. They polled their population and did the right thing right away.
And just to clarify about that workforce housing proposal on Fruitville Road, Vengroff says it's called workforce housing because if the renters aren't working, they won't be allowed to live there. In the newsroom, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And we have some numbers for Sarasota City Commissioner Susan Chapman's legal fees for her trial, but they could still go higher yet. The city of Sarasota confirms that taxpayers have covered $261,000 to defend Chapman in a suit filed against her by Citizens for Sunshine. This latest figure is from the end of March, before the case went to court this week. Chapman's legal team includes two of Sarasota's most expensive lawyers, Bill Fuller and Tom Schultz. If Chapman loses this case involving an alleged sunshine law violation, taxpayers would be on the hook, likely for the plaintiff's legal fees as well. In Northport, the city attorney and city clerk are skimming through the results of every local election since 1959 because the city attorney found that the city charter hasn't always been updated with approved amendments. According to the Herald Tribune, Mark Moriarty was drafting an amendment to the charter last month when he found that the same amendment was already approved over a decade ago. Now Moriarty is working with the city clerk to make sure there are no other errors and all other amendments have been recorded. Any corrections to the charter will have to be approved by the Charter Review Advisory Board and the City Commission.
Police in Sarasota are investigating a string of home break-ins in the Gillespie Park neighborhood. Since Monday, 4 homes have been burglarized, 3 in the 1700 block of 8th Street and the other in the 2100 block of 5th Street. Valuables such as electronics and sunglasses were stolen from some of the homes. In each of these cases, though, either a window or a door was left unlocked for the crook to enter.
I understand, you know, it's a crime of opportunity, but it was just an honest thing, sitting in your home trying to get the last cool night before this, and the next thing you know, someone thinks that's an invitation to come into my home. That's not an invitation to come into my home.
Sarasota police have arrested and charged Brian Lovell for the burglary off 5th Street, but they don't believe he's connected to the break-ins on 8th Street. If you have any information, contact the Sarasota Police Department. Meanwhile, the Sarasota Police Department is about to get a little bit bigger. 7 new officers will be sworn in during a ceremony this morning. Some of the new officers' experience includes serving with the U.S. Army and Marines or with other departments like the Atlanta Police Department. The swearing-in ceremony will be held this morning at 10:30 in the second-floor community room of the Sarasota Police Department.
A program that helps inmates in Manatee County gets a new lease on life, and it's getting a new life itself. Now, the Florida Department of Corrections was going to cancel its contract with the Bridges of America Transition Center in Bradenton. However, Bradenton Bridge will now stay open for at least another 2 years. It helps incarcerated women get back on their feet and transition back into society.
It was a great program. It helped me so much to find out who I was and who I want to become.
The stories that come out of here are just amazing, and the women have a second chance on life to transition back into a normal lifestyle, normal healthy lifestyle.
There are 120 women currently in the program. It costs $1.8 million a year to run the facility, which is funded by the Department of Corrections. The Bradenton Housing Authority is now banning weapons from being brought into agency buildings. According to the Bradenton Herald, the new resolution comes after the executive director found that at least 2 employees carried concealed weapons with them while at work. The Bradenton Housing Authority made the resolution last night to ban all weapons in the building. Signs and metal security wands will also be used at all buildings beginning next month.
Goodwill Minnesota plans to use a federal grant to expand its veterans program. The U.S. Department of Labor recently awarded Goodwill a $225,000 grant for the Homeless Veterans Reintegration Program. The money will be used to help veterans find jobs and connect them with social services that help them get back into the community. And although the grant is meant for homeless vets, all veterans are encouraged to contact the Veterans Services Program for help. Well, Venice Elementary School has a new principal. Erin Del Castillo will take over her new position on June 14th. She'll succeed Teresa Baus, who had retired last December. Now, Del Castillo currently serves as the assistant principal for the elementary school at Pineview School. And Venice High School students are now weighing in on what they want to see in the new Venice Library. Several students met with staff from the Sarasota County Library System to discuss their ideas during yesterday's workshops. Some of the ideas they brought up include a cafe, later library hours, and adding laptops that can be checked out and used within the library. Yesterday's workshop was the final one for the spring, and the county will now pick an architect who will use all of the public's comments in the plans for the new library. Great to see kids getting on board with this too. Yeah,
well,
caring about reading.
That's right. Reading is fundamental. Riff.
Right. Yep.
Riff. They're riffing.
We got a new book every week.
Yes, I could get lost in the library. I love that place.
It is pretty great. Well, a new trail and pedestrian bridge linking a Sarasota County reserve with a Northport Park is now being developed. You get lost there too.
Yeah, you can. The trail now will go through Northport's Myakkahatchee Creek Park and into the county's Carlton Reserve, opening up thousands of acres of natural beauty. The city of Northport has been working on this project for the last 4 years. The 10 feet wide and 87 feet long bridge will cost $400,000.
It's an invitation for people on foot, people on bicycles, and people on horses to go out and explore the large amount of open space that is out there.
The bridge is set to open in September, and the Legacy Trail extension through Venice will connect to the new bridge. Wow.
We have trails on trails on trails.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love it.
Now you can get lost. Well, hopefully you won't get lost because you have a trail going through.
Yes.
So you won't get off the beaten path.
Well, from the trails to the beaches, now a rehabilitated sea turtle is free at last.
Free at last, free at last. Mote Marine Laboratory released Henry from Anna Maria Island yesterday. The juvenile green sea turtle was found off Anna Maria in January and was brought to Mote's Sea Turtle Rehab Hospital. Mote staff says his release couldn't have gone better.
We were a little worried since he did have some buoyancy issues when he came in, and he does still have a fracture in his shell that's healed, but it causes him to be buoyant when he gets excited. He did great. No buoyancy issues. He just did what he wanted to. He saw people. He went the opposite way, which makes us feel really great. We did a good job with him.
Henry was named after Wells Fargo Bank's founder, Henry Wells. Henry's rehab was made possible by a $7,500 grant from Wells Fargo.
He's so cute.
Yes. I wonder if they have sea turtles in Hawaii.
Oh, big ones.
Yeah.
Really big ones?
Oh, it's so cool. You can just go right off the beach there, go paddling in crystal blue waters, and you see these giant sea turtles just all around you.
I see
great.
the whales. I know there's big whales going through there when they migrate.
Really?
I think, yeah.
Well, you can see all of this if you win our Hawaiian Vacay giveaway. That sounds pretty good to me. But first, you need to enter the word of the day. Today's word of the day. What is that?
It's his Friday's new Friday dance. It's his new Friday dance.
Today's word of the day is reef. You need to enter that. See, that's what you do. You go snorkel on the reef.
That's right, you do.
This worked out really well. So you
Malakini.
can't forget that word now. Enter reef by the end of the day, by midnight tonight on mysuncoast.com on our contest page so that you can potentially win this awesome grand prize, which is 3 nights in Honolulu, 6 nights in Maui, and also a daily prize we're giving away. $100 gift card to the mall at UTC. So you can go buy all your Tommy Bahama.
All your scuba gear to go to the reef and scuba
gear.
dive.
I don't know if they have a scuba store there, but either way, it's a win-win.
No,
Well, in UTC, to use your $100 gift card.
They have everything in that place.
They got something for you.
Yeah.
So
But if you go to Maui, go to Malakini and go snorkeling or scuba diving, get to see nice reefs, nice fish.
thanks for the tip.
That's how I roll.
It's a piece of paradise. It really is.
And just a correction from earlier.
Yes?
We said Friday 13 is lucky for Italians. I'm half Italian, too.
I did not know that, Donnie.
Yeah,
I did.
Well, a quarter Italian.
Put
My
us
mom
all
was half
together and we get a whole Italian.
Let's get a pizza. Let's order a pizza.
Let's order a pizza.
There you go.
Your forecast in a second.
And the weekend is almost here, so there's plenty of things to do to keep you busy. And Linda Carson will tell you, just like she does every week. Looking forward to it.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
Sunset Fiat is Italian style. Sunset Fiat is fashion forward. Come see the all-new Fiat collection at Sunset Fiat with new 2015 Fiat 500s priced from $12,999. Sunset Fiat is cool and sexy with freedom to move and room to evolve. Visit Sunset Fiat in Sarasota or shop online at fiatusaofsarasota.com.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota flooring.
Look Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Currently, we are looking at an air temperature of 71 degrees with a dew point. Now it's 68. We are getting close to that 70-degree mark in the dew point. It will be the first time this year, I believe, that we've hit the 70-degree dew point, and that will feel very humid indeed when that happens. That's a summer-like dew point temperature. We may hit that as we head into this afternoon for a brief period of time. And then we have some lower humidity coming our way in just in time for the weekend. Should be just beautiful as we head into particularly the second half of Saturday and Sunday. Look really great. So we're very lucky here. Southeast wind coming in at about 3 right now across the region. We have 70 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, 69 degrees in Mayaca. Northport comes in at 71. Along the beaches, 73 in Longboat Key, 71 in Venice, 71 in Inglewood. Punta Gorda comes in at 70, Northport at 71, 69 degrees in Bradenton, 70 degrees in Parrish, and 70 at Lakewood Ranch. So across the region, yesterday we were clouded in. Today we have a little bit of a clear sky. We still have some high, thin clouds that are moving by from time to time, and some clouds out in Gulf waters that'll be moving by from time to time. We'll have generally, we'll call it mostly sunny skies throughout the day. And even when these clouds come rolling on through, they are going to be thick enough to obscure the sun. So we're looking at a very nice day indeed. Back to the west, we have a couple of frontal boundaries. The first one will be making it through here over the weekend. The second one will stall out before it ever makes it here. But the fact is, this front will bring us some slightly drier, slightly, not so much cooler, but slightly more comfortable air as we head into Saturday afternoon. So that'll feel great. It'll be here just in time for the weekend. It won't last long, but its timing is such that it'll cover the entire weekend, so that's great. By Monday or Tuesday, we'll start to see the wind shift again and more humidity return, and we'll start to factor in some rain chances as well. I don't think that this front is going to give us much of a rain chance. I had, for a couple of days here, been giving us about a 20% chance of a rainfall for everyone, really, as the front came through. But I don't think so today. The atmosphere is just not moistened sufficiently aloft to support that. So we'll take that out of the forecast, and we'll go with a mostly sunny condition right straight through the weekend. You may notice the winds tick up just a little bit on Saturday, but not too bad. The next front stalls out to the north. We are left with a condition that's going to be beautiful. Mostly sunny skies, warm afternoon. That afternoon sea breeze keeping the coastline just a little bit cooler, and not much of a rain chance. Today, the thunderstorm outlook calls for that sea breeze front to give us maybe an isolated inland storm, but the severe weather across the nation will be coastal Carolinas and also in the open plains and heartland. So we'll look for fair weather skies as we head into the weekend. Rainfall futurecast shows just a little mix of sun and clouds today, followed by an inland sea breeze shower, followed by a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Beach and boating calls for that west wind at about 10 knots today, and the official Suncoast forecast keeps us nice right straight through the next several days. Next rain chances come our way midweek next week when we start to warm up again. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Taking a look at your commute right now at 519. It looks like our Manatee County roadways are moving along well, except for one accident in the Ellenton area. That's on 301 and Manatee Ave, so be aware of that. It's not causing any slowdowns at this point, but there is an accident being reported there. Palmetto bridges look good at this point. I'm not seeing any major slowdowns on 41 or 301. The interstate is clear in both directions, and it looks like Sarasota roadways are clear. No slowdowns there either. And as far as South Sarasota County into Venice and Northport, everything is moving along nicely. Well, it's a great weekend on tap for the Suncoast. We're already making our plans.
Well, let's get this straight. Every weekend is a great weekend.
Sure.
But ABC 7's Linda Carson always has a rundown of the Suncoast scene.
Downtown Sarasota will rock Saturday with the grand finale of the Harvey Milk Festival.
The grand finale is we have 5 Points Park, and like I said, this is our 7th annual festival, and we have 10 bands performing.
The music goes on until midnight, and a new theatrical company, Page to Stage, debuts a new play called Sweeter Than Justice. It's about a young law student who works in a restaurant owned by the head of the mob. His son assaults her.
He was arrested the next day for murder, and the murder occurred at the time he assaulted this woman, so that the woman that was powerless suddenly had all the power because he couldn't keep out of the electric chair unless she agreed to be his alibi witness.
Sweeter Than Justice opens at the Oslo Rep on Thursday, and it runs through May 22nd. It's a play that will keep you thinking for a long, long time and wondering what you would have done. And some very prominent Suncoast men will don chef hats and aprons for the annual Men Who Cook and Brew. Men Who Cook and Brew coming to Madison's Bayside right behind the Van Wezel on Sunday. Some of the most outstanding men in our community are secret chefs, and they will compete for the grand prize.
Men Who Cook and Brew is the last fundraiser of the year for Oslo Rep. It's a very relaxed, fun time. All kinds of amazing men in the community cook and prepare meals.
And the brand new Center for Asian Art at the Ringling Museum will finally have its grand opening on Sunday. And what a celebration that's going to be.
We have a performance tent that's going to go up on the lawn just outside. We're going to have a Bollywood and traditional Indian dance. We will have a kimono display and demonstration if you've ever wondered how to wear yours properly. We have a martial arts from different places.
The opening of the new gallery, a history-making event for the Ringling and the Suncoast. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
She always knows what to do.
She always dressed so nicely as well.
Too. Yeah. We'll still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
48,000 cars are being recalled in the U.S. and their owners are being warned not to drive them at all until they're inspected. Do not get in your car. We'll show you why coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Did you know you can make an instant harness by simply wrapping the leash around your dog's chest and up through their collar? Contact Canine Corral today about a no-pull harness that will make you smile. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Drive away in America's hottest SUV, a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Or shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers and get the lowest prices around. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
It is 524, and Apple is no longer the world's most valuable company. Can you believe it?
We're going to be talking about somebody else on the
I don't know.
Money Watch. ABC's Kenneth Gibson and Diane Macedo have this morning's business headlines.
Good morning. Topping America's Money, a new most valuable company.
Google's parent company Alphabet is now worth about $498 billion, $3 billion more than Apple. Shares of both companies are underperforming. Google is down about 7% this year. Apple shares are at nearly 2-year lows.
Subaru is recalling more than 48,000 vehicles in the U.S. due to a steering issue.
These are the models involved: the 2015 through 2017 Outback and 2016 through 2017 Legacy.
Owners are being warned not to drive the car until the problem can be checked at the dealer.
And McDonald's is testing something new: fresh beef patties.
Yeah, the test is underway at 14 restaurants in Dallas. If it goes national, the change could help McDonald's compete against Wendy's and other chains that promise fresh, not frozen ingredients.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds tasty.
That's America's Money.
Have a great day.
America's Money, brought to you by Brookdale Senior Living.
I have a resident named Joyce, and she kept complaining about all her aches and pains. And I said, come to class, let's start walking together. And I said, and I bet you money you'll be able to do that senior walk. That day, I said, okay, it's me and you, girl, me and you. I said, well, you need to stop. There's a bench. We'll just hang out in the shade. She goes, absolutely not. We are going to finish this race. And we were the last ones in, but you know what? We finished the race. And she goes, Desiree, I'll never quit walking, ever.
There are a lot of ways to pack your breakfast with protein, but the most delicious way is to just add milk. New Nature Valley cereals. At least 10 grams of protein with milk and a touch of sweetness. For 3 new ways to power you through your day.
72% of women say they often make healthy choices, but up to 90% fall short in getting key nutrients from food alone. Let's do more. Add One-A-Day Women's Complete Multivitamin with vitamin D and calcium to help support bone health. One-A-Day.
Congratulations, ABC7's Ray Collins and Max Winnitz, recognized by the Associated Press for delivering the best journalism in Florida.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month, complimentary maintenance included, at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Hey, Vanna, have you heard about the new Wheel of Fortune lottery game?
You bet. It's the ticket for some lucky lottery players to come here to Hollywood.
For a chance to participate in a private, non-broadcast taping of Wheel of Fortune with us.
Play the Florida Lottery game for a chance to win up to $250,000 instantly. And enter to win a VIP trip to Hollywood for a chance to win up to $1 million. Non-winning tickets only.
Play the new Wheel of Fortune game today.
Scratch, spin, and win.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Did you hear? All Children's Hospital is now Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital.
There's a lot to a name.
Especially when that name is a world leader in healthcare.
We still deliver the same compassion we provided for 90 years.
Plus the excellence you expect from Johns Hopkins.
Together we can conquer the biggest challenges and offer your child the very best care.
When it comes to kids, choose Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, hospital officials from both Sarasota and Memorial and Venice Regional Bayfront Health are speaking out about plans for a new hospital.
Plus, sweeping changes are on the way for Frontier Communications following a meeting with the Florida Attorney General.
And it's Friday the 13th, but with so many superstitions, does today actually bring bad luck to businesses? We'll take a look.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And along with John Scalzi, I'm Don Brennan. And yes, Friday the 13th.
I'm just not super, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look at Alex Rodriguez. He's number 13. He's had no bad luck in his life.
I think he said, no, I think it's just choices he's made.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Difference between choices.
Luck is the residue of design, right?
He's a professional football player, and his house is really nice, so.
And 500. He's made 500 million or something.
I think he's doing all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
13 million. Nice weather shaping up for us today. Certainly not unlucky on the weather front. We have a lot of sunshine coming your way, a little bit of fair weather cloudiness, not much in the way of a rain chance, except inland where an isolated shower is possible over the weekend. Even better. We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Let's hope it's good luck on the roadways always for everybody. But, right now, a little accident at 301 and Manatee Avenue to be concerned about in Manatee County, and so be aware of that. It's not causing any delays or any backups right now, but as traffic picks up, it might. And traffic is picking up a little bit, but no issues or delays in the rest of Manatee County. And as you head down into Sarasota County and South County, everything is moving along nicely thus far.
Topping our news this half hour, as Sarasota Memorial continues to try and open a hospital in Venice, Venice Regional Bayfront Health is taking steps to halt those plans.
And ABC 7's Alex Redmond has the story.
Bayfront Health opposes the Certificate of Need application filed by Sarasota Memorial Hospital to build in Venice, says Venice Regional Bayfront Health CEO John McLean.
When you look at the hospitals throughout the county, Sarasota, Doctors, Venice, Inglewood, those throughout the county, all of those hospitals equally distributed throughout the county have excess beds.
When you incorporate the two hospitals further north in the proposed service area, says McLean, excess bed count goes up.
Port Charlotte and Fawcett, those two hospitals, then the additional excess bed count goes to 863.
Sarasota Memorial Healthcare System's president and CEO David Verinder says there are empty beds in the surrounding areas.
There are not empty beds in our area, and so we're beyond capacity in this organization. We continue to work and strive to create more capacity in our organization.
Verinder says they want to put the great quality and cost controls of SMH in other areas. McLean says based on the ACA data of all the hospitals and travel time from the different areas of the county, duplication of services will be created.
And then as you duplicate services and actually create excess capacity, then you end up with an additional tax burden that it will be passed on to the residents of Sarasota County, and that's through historical millage rates increases and ad valorem receipts that go to Sarasota Memorial.
Verinder says SMH is very responsible with taxes set by their board.
Today, less than 6% of our revenues come from taxes. Now, if you look back, we actually reduced our millage rate last year. We have reduced our tax dollars over the last 10 years by over 20%. So we're looking forward. We have no intention of having a change in that.
South County residents, says Verinder, continuously come to SMH.
Over 20% of our volume right now comes out of the Venice and Northport areas and other places in between.
McLean says Venice Regional is adding a patient advisory council to help meet the growing needs of the community.
So we'll have patients and families from our community, in our hospital working with us to help us engage and meet the needs of the community, understand what those are.
Reporting at Venice Regional Bayfront Health in Venice, Alex Redmond, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The start of hurricane season is only a few weeks away, June 1st, but Florida is financially ready. The Florida Fund that helps private insurers pay out claims is in the best shape ever. Estimates prepared by Raymond James show the Hurricane Catastrophe Fund will have $7.5 billion available this year. This is the first time the fund has more than it would need to pay out if storms hit the state. The fund has grown because Florida hasn't been hit by a hurricane since Wilma in 2005. Hopefully we didn't just jinx it.
Well, fresh off a trip to California, Governor Rick Scott will be heading to another state in an attempt to lure jobs to Florida. Scott is announcing plans to go to Louisiana this summer. He says former Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, tried to cut taxes, balance the budget, and build a better business climate. But now current Governor John Bel Edwards has already raised taxes. Edwards' office quickly responded, saying Scott omitted the larger part of the narrative that Jindal's efforts left the state facing a $1 billion deficit. Meanwhile, Frontier Communications will be making several changes to its services. This after execs met with Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Bondi's office has received more than 700 complaints about the company that recently acquired landline phones, TV, and internet services from Verizon. Among the changes, Frontier has agreed to prioritize complaints involving seniors or those with medical needs. They've also set up a SWAT team to coordinate a quicker response to outages. Every customer who reports a service issue will get a credit on their bill no later than the end of June with no contract necessary, and representatives will answer calls from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. on a new customer service line.
There's also good news for air travelers tired of long security lines. The TSA is hiring more workers to get through airport security checkpoints and onto your plane faster. Congress has approved a plan to shift $34 million to increase the number of officers at airports. About $26,000 will go towards paying for additional overtime and part-time hours. The rest will be used to hire 768 new officers by June 1st. More workers may not be the total fix, however, because many checkpoints are already operating at full capacity. But it's best that we be alive than worry about waiting in a long line.
That's true. This is true.
Yes.
Sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
All right, we've been talking about it all morning long. It's Friday the 13th. Many people are superstitious about it. And for those who are, the day comes with a lot of extra attention, obviously.
Yeah, that's something for people to talk about. Some who fear the number 13, well, it's very real, possibly. Doctors call it triskaidekaphobia. Research even shows that the U.S. loses between 800 and 900 million in business on Friday the 13th because people won't travel or make major purchases on that day. Some people just stay home altogether to avoid any peril. And psychologists say that even though it's not really an unlucky day, people still like to buy into the superstition. And for the most part, there's really no harm in it. It's just a number like age,
There's
right?
any harm in it.
Yes.
We're getting all worried for nothing. Well, for those of us who want to get away from all the hustle and bustle of city life, Myakka River State Park in Sarasota County is now a prime spot for that.
Yeah, as ABC 7's Max Winitz shows us in this special assignment, it's there that visitors can experience a hair-raising encounter with some massive reptiles in a place called Deep Hole.
Myakka River State Park, 38,000 acres of pristine and protected land and water. In the middle of it all, a large sinkhole, 200 feet across and 130 feet deep, known around here as Deep Hole.
Deep Hole is really kind of a fascinating natural feature of our park. A lot of people don't know about it.
Only 30 people are permitted to visit Deep Hole every day. Park Service Specialist Teresa Good is taking me off the beaten path to see it.
We're going to take a left on Deep Hole Road, and it's going to be a dirt road about 2.5 miles all the way down to our destination.
Joining me is wildlife expert Damon Hurd.
I think what makes this place so special is it's only a short distance from, Sarasota, Bradenton area, but it feels so rural and like you're out in the middle of nowhere. It feels kind of like the Everglades.
What makes Deep Hole really feel like the river of grass? The alligators.
If you're looking for alligators, this is probably one of the best spots. It has one of the highest concentrations of alligator population in Sarasota County, and they are some of the largest alligators you'll see as well.
I've been told the best way to see the gators is by kayak.
You're going to be in a place like you've never imagined. You're going to feel like you're in prehistoric Florida because of all the gators and the wildlife.
Reluctantly, I accept the challenge. It's only a few minutes before I spot the first reptile, followed by another and another and another. There are dozens, if not a couple hundred. So I am all by myself in a kayak right now, surrounded by alligators. The heads are popping out of the water, surrounding my kayak. It can be a little bit unsettling. Now, fortunately, these gators are more frightened of me than I should be of them.
They don't see humans as a food source or anything like that, so they're skittish, and that's a normal reaction and what you want to see of a wild alligator.
Yet it's other types of food that draw all of these gators here, especially during the dry season.
A lot of fish get trapped in there when the water gets low because they can't get out to the rest of the lake, and wading birds love it down there. There's a lot of snails and different things, so there's plenty of food for the alligators at Deep Hole.
And at Deep Hole, it's an experience like none other. In Sarasota County, Max Winitz, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, for more on this story with Max, including photos and video from Deep Hole, log on to our website, mysuncoast.com, and that was phenomenal.
Max was brave.
Yeah, you couldn't see it, but the alligators' mouths were watering.
Were they?
Yes, when they saw Max in the kayak.
They said they're not a food source, Don. I'm really impressed, though, that Max went out there all by himself on the water. No way. No way I would do that.
Looks beautiful out there.
Yeah, it is. Very cool.
Yeah, that's like a real treasure. Nice weather over the weekend. We'll have that forecast for you coming up after the break.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Now, May is Bicycle Safety Month, and it's a great way to stay in shape and get where you're going. There are also some tips to being safe when out for a ride, and we'll tell you about them coming up in Health Smart.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
"Hey, Culligan man."
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
We've got some changes coming up this weekend I think you're going to like. 71 degrees our air temperature currently, with the dew point pretty close to the 70 mark. We're at 68-degree dew point, 90% relative humidity, and an east-southeast wind coming in lightly at about 3. The east wind, the southeast wind is going to switch again this afternoon to a more southwesterly wind, and that will bring in the humidity once again. And we may actually crack that 70-degree dew point a little later on this afternoon. We'll wait and see if that happens. 71 degrees Sarasota, Venice coming in at 71, Inglewood at 71. Punta Gorda coming in at 70, Northport at 71, Arcadia at 70, Wauchula at 70, Mayaca at 70. 70s as well in Bradenton Parish and Lakewood Ranch. Across the region, we got some cloud cover out in Gulf waters. We'll see some of that cloud move into our area as we head through the mid-morning hours, giving us at times a cloudy sky. But again, like yesterday, that little patch of cloud cover will start to dissipate as we head into the mid-morning hours and we get a little daytime heating and some mixing going on. A frontal boundary back to the west will slowly approach our area. As it does so, it'll tend to just kind of fade away and wash out. But it will switch our winds around and bring us some drier, not really cooler air, but certainly because the air is so dry, our nighttime lows might dip just a little bit on Saturday night. So that'll be very comfortable and certainly won't be frigid by any stretch of the imagination. The days of really cold fronts are gone for a while. The secondary cold front to the north of us is going to stall out, never really making it into our area. But still, we'll get some delightful weather for the weekend thanks to that frontal passage on Saturday. Mostly sunny skies, a warm afternoon, and an afternoon sea breeze coming our way, keeping the coastline a little bit cooler and setting the stage for possibly an isolated shower or two in inland areas. There's the bullseye locations for severe weather today. Don't really include Florida, though we could see a thunderstorm in inland areas, not really right along the immediate coast, but in inland areas it's possible. Looking at the coastal Carolinas and Virginia, you may see a isolated thunderstorm or bout of severe weather, but it's particularly back to the west near Chicago, actually. So as we head into the afternoon, there could be some airport delays due to inclement weather in and around the Chicago airport. We'll watch for that. As far as the forecast for the weekend goes, well, it's really going to be driven by the high-pressure ridge that builds behind the cold front as it moves through. Now, I had thought that maybe that cold front might give us a chance at a shower or two. I don't really think it's going to do that. Mostly in North Florida, we'll see those showers, but as the front settles in over us, it will have basically fallen apart. We might catch a little extra cloud cover tomorrow early on, but then that gives way to sunshine, and the rest of Saturday looks absolutely splendid. And so too does Sunday. The rainfall futurecast calls for very little rainfall today, but the rainfall that we get will be located once again in inland areas, and the total rainfall amounts hundredths of an inch to maybe a tenth of an inch under some of the stronger storms. Again, we're not going to get much in the way of rainfall today. Watch for that west wind to develop at about 10 knots, becoming more northwest as we head into the evening period. That'll give you a light chop with 2-foot seas. Pretty nice day for boating, I think. And then as we head into the weekend, this is going to be lovely. The dew points are going to fall, which is going to make it feel very comfortable indeed. Then as we head into next week, humidity returns full force, and we have a chance at some showers. Back to you.
Thanks, John. As far as your commute right now at 548, it looks like Palmetto bridges are nice and clear. We're still seeing that accident, though, being reported on 301 and at Manatee Avenue in the Ellington area. Not causing slowdowns at this point, but just be aware of that if you're traveling in that area. The interstate is clear, though, for your commute down into Sarasota, and so is 41. The arteries out to 75 are still clear at this point. No slowdowns, and I'm not even seeing any accidents or slowdowns as far as South Sarasota County. Well, Congress appears to be closer to reaching a deal on emergency funding to fight the Zika virus. A senior Senate Democrat says there's a bipartisan deal to advance a $1.2 $1 billion measure to battle this virus. That's less than President Obama's $1.9 billion request, but it is expected to get sweeping support in a Senate vote next week. Florida leads the country in the number of Zika cases. Governor Scott just went to Washington to push Congress for funding, and Republican Senator Marco Rubio has said that he's disturbed that members of his own party are standing in the way of the president's request. And we're getting closer and closer to that mosquito season, so it's good to see that they're doing something.
They're out and about. I noticed them last night. Now, if you're looking at ways to maximize the health benefits of vegetables, you may want to consider how you're preparing them.
Yeah, the best benefits come from eating cooked vegetables instead of just eating them raw. The process of cooking actually breaks down the outer layers and cell structures on many vegetables, making it easier for your body to absorb the nutrients. Steaming is a great way to prepare veggies because it keeps cooking time, temperature, and the amount of liquid to a minimum. While boiling vegetables causes vitamins to leach into the water, effectively wasting them, microwaving uses little to no water and heats veggies pretty quickly, preserving the nutrients. Steaming. I love steaming. It's the best way to go.
I know. See, I like that too.
Because there have been, you know, tests and experiments done on microwaving. They say that kind of like zaps the nutrients.
See, and I thought cooking, if you cook them too much or, you cook away the nutrients.
Yeah.
So, the benefits. But, yeah, steaming is the best way to go. And
Seems like
if you boil them, then you can just get the water cold and drink
the water.
it later.
Yeah, drink the water.
May is Bicycle Safety Month. One of the keys to staying safe while riding a bicycle is wearing a helmet. When worn correctly, it can prevent 85% of head and brain injuries.
Wear your helmet. It shouldn't move around too much on the head, and it should feel snug. It should be level and rest about an inch above the eyebrows to cover most of the forehead. And keep in mind that fitting a bike helmet will probably take about 10 to 15 minutes, so just be patient. And remember, the key to a good fit is very little wiggle room.
So a lot of kids will walk around and have it loose, or they'll have it tilted way back or tilted way forward. And really, when you put your helmet on, if you hit it in the front, it shouldn't move more than an inch. If you hit it in the back, it shouldn't move more than an inch.
And for those who need help adjusting a helmet, bicycle shops can assist with the fittings.
Now, even your contact lenses could be getting a little smaller. Speaking about fittings, Sony is looking into creating a contact lens that acts as a digital camera. According to Sony's patent application, the lens would be able to capture still images or video using embedded sensors and camera components. All you would have to do is blink. Wow. Sony is not the first company to work on eyeball technology. Samsung also patented a blink-controlled contact lens that acts as a camera. Now, I wasn't offered that kind of contact lens. You get color lenses or soft lenses, daily lenses. I didn't get any camera lenses.
Come out sooner. I mean, now you could record people. They would have no idea.
It's a little scary. Big Brother's watching. Everybody's
Some regulations
watching.
on the way for it, I'm sure. Stay with us.
We'll be right back.
Did you know? Many dogs are returned to shelters simply because they lack obedience. Contact Canine Corral about various training programs. We train dogs and their owners. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
The home at 14 Green Street. The showing. The butterflies. The papers. The crunching of numbers. The offer, the counter, the poker face, the impasse. Finding the happy place. The compromise. The closing of loopholes, the ironing of wrinkles, the signing, the shake, no, the hug. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
This cat is chasing a whole different kind of bird. A cat forced a stoppage in play after it got onto the field during last night's St. Louis Cardinals game against the Los Angeles Angels. The cat ran straight across the field and even made it to third base, but ran the opposite direction of home plate. Eventually, it leaped into the stands and was caught by a fan. It was later taken to an adoption center. Aww. Yes.
You never think you're going to catch a fly cat.
Oh, look at that. Now it became
Aww.
the cat that ate the cardinal, not the canary.
Oh my God. That is funny. Where did this cat come from? And I've never seen a cat run that fast.
He was just so, oh.
Whoop, there he is.
Wow, it looks like a bobcat.
I know at first. That's scary. I've seen a bobcat before.
I know, yeah.
On a Legacy Trail.
In our area, yeah.
Some of those stadium dogs. I think that's what it was.
Maybe.
That's it. They
That's
probably
really funny.
eat all the scraps from all the fans leave behind.
There you go.
Extra hot dogs. Ugh. It's 5:56. We'll be right back.